Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the season premiere of the King of LA Sports Report. It's good to be back, ladies and gentlemen. We got a big show for you today. We're going to talk football, not American football, World Cup action going on in Brazil right now. Very interesting. We're going to talk NBA free agents, NBA coaching changes, NBA rumors, and we're going to talk Major League Baseball. I'm going to give you my Major League Baseball report, and I'll also give you an Angels and Dodgers report. So don't go anywhere. The show is just about to begin. Okay, let's get started. Unless you've been living under a rock somewhere, you've realized now that the 2014 World Cup is being held in Brazil, and it is literally probably the biggest sports extravaganza, I'm not going to say of all time, but of every 4 years. It beats every major sports franchise except for the Super Bowl. There's about 20 to 30 million viewers watching the World Cup games, and I expect the World Cup championship game to get higher, and we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, the World Cup is going on, and it is a worldwide event. Countries have passion for their teams. They love the sport, and I love soccer too. I played soccer or football for almost my whole childhood, and the love I have for the sport is deep, and I appreciate the love it gets every 4 years. You know, the World Cup is something special that a lot of people should pay more attention to. Okay, now that I showed my love for soccer, let's get to the actual games, because there were a lot of games and there were actually some very good ones. I'm gonna start with the round of 16, because the pool play kind of went as everyone predicted. Well, everyone wasn't predicting the U.S. to get out of their pool, the pool of death as it was called, but they somehow did it. They were the runner-up. Germany took the division right there, and so the U.S. made the final 16, and I'll get to them in a second. But the host country, Brazil, was probably the favorite, and they were expected to go all the way, and they started off good. They started off against Chile, and Chile took them to penalty kicks, and Brazil ended up winning in a shootout 3-2. So Brazil won, and they did what they had to do. Chile showed some spunk, and congratulations to Brazil. They moved on from that first round, and in the second game, Colombia defeated Uruguay 2-0. That was a great game. Colombia showed that they're always a powerhouse when it comes to world soccer. So good for Colombia. That would set up a match between Brazil and Colombia in the next round, but I'll get to that. And the next game after that was France and Nigeria. The Frenchmen pulled off the victory 2-0 in pretty dominant fashion. They were faster, they were stronger, and they beat Nigeria to the ball pretty much every time. And Germany took out Algeria in the first round of the 16. They beat them 2-1. The Algerians brought everything they had, but they couldn't do nothing to the German passing. The Germans, man, they're a good passing team, and we'll talk about them more later. And also Netherlands, and I had wanted Mexico to win, but the Netherlands just seemed too strong. The Netherlands took out Mexico 2-1, led by Robin and a couple of other of their superstars over there in Netherlands. They've had some heartbreak over the past few World Cups, so they were looking to try to make something happen. And they did in the first round. They beat a tough Mexico team. So Netherlands is a pretty good soccer team. The next match was Croatia and Greece. Croatia won that in penalty kicks, 5-3. After that, Messi in Argentina took out Switzerland 1-0. And in the game that I was most interested in, the United States lost to Belgium 2-1. I was hoping for our boys from the USA to put on a great showing, and they did. And I guess it's a moral victory for us to get out of the pool of death, as they called it. But, you know, I don't see no strength or anything exciting about not getting past the first round in the 16. I mean, I know we're coming up as a country, but we still got to do what we can do to make our team better. We got to keep stepping up, and I like what we're doing. Jurgen Klinsmann, the U.S. coach, he's taking the right steps for the U.S. team, making all the right moves, and I agree with all his moves. It's not our time yet. It'll be our time sooner or later, but every year the U.S. is progressing, and I like what they did this year. Unfortunately, they lost to Belgium 2-1. And in the second round, Brazil took out a very, very tough Colombian team. The Colombians fought hard, but they lost to Brazil 2-1. And the next match of that round, Germany blanked France 1-0. The Germans shut down the powerful France offense. Then the Netherlands, in another shootout game, beat Croatia 4-3 in penalty kicks. So the Netherlands moved on. And Argentina beat Belgium 1-0. So the U.S. lost to Belgium, and then Argentina took out Belgium. the man they call Messi, or they like to call him a god in Argentina. Messi, this guy's for real. He's not the biggest guy, but I've seen him do some stuff with the soccer ball that I've never seen anybody do. And I've watched soccer pretty much my whole life. So congratulations, Argentina. So in the next round that happened, Brazil played Germany. This was the semifinal round. Brazil played Germany. The home crowd was excited. Everyone was pumped. And Germany just took it to them. Brazil never had a chance. Germany scored 5 goals within the course of 10 to 15 minutes. And they ended up beating Germany ended up beating Brazil 7-1. Completely humiliating Brazil in front of their home crowd. The fans are crying, and rightfully so. You know, it's different in other countries with soccer. It's more of their livelihood with soccer in other countries. We just see soccer as another sport. But in other countries, soccer is their livelihood. So you got to respect people's feelings when it comes to that game. So that set up the Netherlands to play Argentina. So Germany had moved on to the finals, which I'll get to in a second. Germany moved on, and that set up the Netherlands versus Argentina in what was one of the greatest games I've ever watched as a World Cup fan. That one went into penalty kicks, and Argentina won 4-2 in PKs. I mean, that was a great soccer game. It's a shame that any of them had to lose, but someone lost, and it was the Netherlands. And it's a shame because they've come up short the past few years, but they're going to have to wait it out again because the two powerhouses are now going to meet in the 2014 FIFA World Cup Finals, Germany and Argentina. And the only thing worse for Brazilian fans is to watch Messi and Argentina win a World Cup in their country. They don't like Messi over there because he's a South American rival. So I believe they'll be pulling for Germany. But the Germans are just, their passing is unbelievable. A lot of these guys play on the same team in the European leagues. And they play on the same teams. They make runs. They know how to give and go. They know how to use every single part of the field. The Germans know exactly how to play soccer, and that's why they've dominated the way they did. Look for the Germans to beat Argentina because I don't believe Messi has enough around him to dethrone or to beat these Germans. They're too big, they're too strong, they're too fast. They make trying to score a living hell for anyone that's trying to score on an opposing team. And it's because they practice all the time together. And another thing I heard about the Germans is preparing for the World Cup. They also practice in every different type of elements. Rain, sun, anything that they were going to be seeing in Brazil, they practice for. So watch out. The game is this Sunday. The Germans play Argentina. I believe it's 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you tune in and watch the World Cup Championship. It's probably going to be right up there with the Super Bowl when it comes to the amount of people that will be watching. So go ahead and tune into that game. Soccer's a great sport, and the great thing about it is it doesn't last 3 to 4 hours. You know, most games last at least 3 hours. Soccer, 45 minutes, halves, no commercials. Halftime, there's some commercials. The next half, no commercials. It gets through pretty quick. So there's about 15-minute halftime, 45-minute halves. You do the math. It's not that long. It's enjoyable. There's action all the time. There's people sliding. There's people tackling. Not actual tackling, but taking the soccer ball. It's called tackling. So look for soccer to make a move in the next few years. You've seen it with the rise of Major League Soccer over the past 10 years. People love it, and soccer is just getting bigger and bigger. Major League Soccer is getting bigger and bigger, and people will love it. So in a few years, I expect the U.S. to be a real contender in the World Cup. But as for now, we're doing our part in building our team and the sport in the country, as it should be. And yeah, so I'll be back with a report on the championship game of the World Cup, and that will be on Sunday. So I'll be back next week with a championship report from the World Cup. For now, I'm going to take a quick commercial break. We have tons to talk about. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with some NBA basketball.
So you think the Lakers are going to make the playoffs this year?
Don't worry, ladies. Of course they will. Kobe always comes through on guarantees.
Hey Jerome, think San Francisco Giants are going to win the World Series again?
Not a chance, guys. The Angels and Dodgers are both projected to do better than the Giants.
You think the Hawks are going to win it all this year? Doubt it.
Who was that man?
Richard Lopez, the king of Los Angeles sports. If it's happening in Los Angeles, it's happening with the king.
Welcome back, everybody. It's been a while since I've had the show and I've talked NBA basketball. The last time I talked was in the beginning of the playoffs, and my prediction was for the Clippers to make their run to the NBA Finals. Boy, was I wrong. A lot has happened since then, and the Clippers, they've had a lot of controversy since then, and I'll get into that, starting right now with dumb Donald Sterling is what I like to call him. Yeah, maybe he didn't say things that, or actually he did say things that pissed a lot of people off, and he has Alzheimer's disease. This guy's not the sharpest tool in the shed. He actually says that his wife doesn't know how to run anything. She can't run an NBA franchise. This guy has, I don't even want to repeat the things he said about Magic Johnson and African American people in general, because it's not worth being repeated. That's his opinion, and it's not even worth it. It's a dumb opinion. So I'm not even going to get into everything he said. And plus, I know everyone's probably sick and tired of hearing all the things that Donald Sterling has said. But Donald Sterling, as of today, actually, is in court trying to stop the sale of the Clippers to Steve Ballmer, formerly of Microsoft, for $2 billion. He's trying to stop it. He's saying his wife is incompetent and she can't run a team. She doesn't know what she's doing. And all this stems from the fact that he doesn't want to be banned from basketball. He takes exception to the fact that he can't go to any NBA games. I mean, like the song says, take your money and run. Sell the team, get your money. You don't have that long. You can just buy a big projector screen and watch all the games from the comfort of your home. You made the mistake. Now you made your bed. Now you got to lie in it. So I don't feel sorry for Donald Sterling. You know, I don't hate him, but I don't feel sorry for him. He should have, it's a new day. A lot of people have their old school views, but it's a new day. So we got to move with the times, if you know what I'm saying. So Donald Sterling, I apologize, but you got to go, and you're just making yourself look worse. You're making the Clippers franchise look worse, and that's not good for them because they were just on the rise until you made those stupid comments about minorities. And that's just something that a lot of people aren't going to get over. But, okay, let me leave him on that. He's still going through his trial, and I'll come back next week with more reports on the Clippers and Donald Sterling. But moving on from that, there's been some good things that have happened in the NBA. Congratulations to the San Antonio Spurs. You are the 2014 NBA champions. Yes, the Spurs have dethroned the mighty Miami Heat, and they didn't get lucky. They beat them down. They gave them an ass whooping. They beat them I don't want to say that, but they beat them so bad that they got to look themselves in the mirror and think if those same big three can do it again. Because the Spurs, they just showed you how to play basketball. They did a team effort. None of their players averaged over 30 minutes in the game time during the season. Greg Popovich and Duncan just signed extensions, so they're looking to come back and do a repeat. And as of right now, I don't know anybody that can beat the Spurs. The Spurs are an excellent basketball team. They do everything by the fundamental book. And they're just an excellent team. And if any young kids out there want to learn the game of basketball, I would suggest to watch the Spurs, because they play the game of basketball like it should be played. They come out in games, and if they have to make adjustments at halftime, they make them. And I think the Spurs are a great team. I have nothing to say bad about him. Duncan's earned his respect. He's got as many rings as Kobe. I believe Duncan is probably the best power forward of all time, in my opinion. He has to be up there. There's no one I believe is better. Duncan has been there. He's been clutch. He's been quiet. And he only makes $10 million a season. All these guys arguing about 24, 22, 25 million a season. Duncan only makes 10, and he's perfectly happy about it. He has nothing to complain about. And that's the kind of player I respect right there. Keeps quiet, does his thing. Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, Kawhi Leonard, Greg Popovich, San Antonio Spurs, the city of San Antonio. Congratulations on an NBA championship that was well earned. And you took it from the champion. You earned this championship. And kudos to you from everyone in Los Angeles, Laker fans. if you're a Laker fan and you're hating on the Spurs for this, you're just a hater. The Spurs have earned my respect, and I'm very happy that they won the NBA title. They deserved it. There was nobody in the NBA that deserved it more. So once again, congratulations, Greg Popovich and Tim Duncan. Good job and good luck to you guys next year. Hopefully my Lakers are in a better spot and can beat you guys next year. But that's not looking too good either. All right. And with NBA coaching news, there's been a few coaching changes. We still don't know who the Lakers head coach is. We have no idea. We do know who Cleveland's head coach is, David Black, who was a European coach. He coached over in Russia, came to the Cleveland Cavaliers, and he's a great they call him an offensive genius. So hopefully he can bring that to the Cavaliers. And the Cavaliers are trying to make cap space for LeBron James. They just made a few different trades to make some cap room for King James. They're with hopes that he comes back to the city of Cleveland. I believe he will. You know, a lot of people are saying that he's going to hold out. He wants Carmelo to go to Miami. I think in a way he wants to go back to Cleveland. What other way would there be? Like, LeBron has accomplished so much stuff in his NBA career. He's got his 2 titles. Now the only thing that would ever cast a shadow in his career would be to go back to Cleveland and get some redemption. If he can go back to Cleveland and get some redemption, win an NBA championship for a city that hasn't won anything since the 60s, that'll be a legacy that a lot of fans will have to look at and think, wow, is this guy the greatest of all time? Because right now, in my opinion, LeBron isn't the greatest of all time. He's up there. I don't know if he's on the Mount Rushmore yet, but he's getting close. LeBron is a great player. He makes great decisions now, has a great shot. He's great at passing. He's one of the stronger guys in the NBA. But the one thing he has to do now, besides championships, is go back to Cleveland and get some revenge. You know, you got to go back, get revenge, seek the one thing that you wanted to do when you first started playing in the NBA, and that's win a title for Cleveland. And I think he can do it. He's got the players around him, Kyrie Irving, Andrew Wiggins. They've got some players around them that can make some things happen, our future playmakers. Kyrie Irving's already a playmaker, but Andrew Wiggins, they said he was the next LeBron James. So imagine that, 2 LeBron James on one team. Yeah, you guys, imagine if that happened. But I believe LeBron should go back to the Cavaliers. I would like to see that, but you never know. He's good friends with Dwayne Wade, and he might just come back to Miami just so he doesn't get the criticism of him leaving another city. But I don't think the criticism would come if he went back to his home state. Miami's not the type that will just be upset and hold grudges. You know, Miami's like a girl you met over the weekend and you don't want to see anymore. You were there, you hung out, now you're gone. Okay. All right, so moving on with my NBA free agency. We have Carmelo Anthony, another big-time NBA free agent. He is actually on his tour visiting all the teams. He's visited Houston, he's visited Dallas, he's visited the Lakers, and he's also talked with the Knicks. He actually met with the Knicks in LA after his Lakers meeting, and then after the Knicks meeting, he met with Kobe. So Carmelo's been making his rounds. The Lakers apparently wowed him, and they had a 5-minute show, 4 or 5 minute show, a preview of what Carmelo's life could look like in Los Angeles. I thought that was pretty cool, and it was narrated by Tobey Maguire. And you know, LA has really impressed people when trying to, you know, when we host them, we're really impressing people, and that's the word with NBA free agents. LA is the talk of the town. We're treating everyone like they're stars, as we should be. That's the greatest asset that we have in recruiting free agents, is treating them like stars and showing them the Hollywood treatment. So that's what we should continue to do, and keep going. Mitch Kupchak, Jim Buss, you guys are making the right moves. It's not our fault. We're doing everything we can by wowing these players when they come. So hope Carmelo, there had been word out that Carmelo had agreed with the Knicks, but that Carmelo's camp came out and said that wasn't right. That was just hearsay and that was just talk. So hopefully that's all it is. I would like to see Carmelo with the Lakers. If not, I would like the Lakers to go after free, because they got to spend all that money. They have a lot of cap room. So they're going to have to go after players like, I would think, Lance Stevenson, a couple other guys out, Tim Hardaway. There's a couple other guys out there that can be good fits for the Lakers. And they might not be Mr. Right, but they're Mr. Right. They can find Mr. Right now. So hopefully the Lakers do what they got to do in free agency and pick up some decent names, because I think all the big names are almost gone. So hopefully we can fix our mess that we made last year. And I think that is all I have for you today with NBA news. Oh yeah, Jason Kidd, he got traded. Yes, the coach was traded from the Nets to the Milwaukee Bucks for some draft picks. And, good luck to you, Jason Kidd. You're in a smaller market now. You're not in the big market no more. Good luck. I hope you coach better over there. You're going to have a younger team. So good luck to you. And I believe that is all I have for you today for basketball. Hold that thought. We're going to go to commercial break, and we'll be back with my favorite part of the show, baseball. Yeah, baseball. We're talking baseball. All right, we'll be back after this commercial break. Cam Newton, thank you for coming to visit the King.
No problem.
I promise to always report truthfully about the Panthers.
Don't forget 60 minutes of play a day, right?
60 minutes of play a day. What am I, a child?
Absolutely.
You know you're talking to royalty?
Yes, sir.
Are you calling out royalty?
Maybe.
You must not know me. You're using a very unsettling tone.
Okay.
That's why Darrell Reeves is going to have 6 interceptions against you this year.
Excuse me?
That's why the Panthers aren't going to win the division. That's why RG3 is better than you.
Whoa.
As you can see, I have this blank spot on the wall. That's for any potential sponsors that want to sponsor the show. You want your banner or anything up there on the show, I can even put it on the screen. Whatever sponsorship, send me an email. My email is richardlopez020@yahoo.com. Send me an email and tell me what you're looking to do. I have room for sponsors. If you guys want to sponsor the show, it's a great way to advertise and get your company out there. So, and again, if you guys want to sponsor and advertise, send me an email, richardlopez020@yahoo.com. Anyway, okay, I want to start with some baseball news around the league. Let me start by giving you the team standings. In the AL East, we have Baltimore, who's in first place. The Toronto's in second, Yankees in third, Tampa's in fourth, and Boston is in last place. We're not used to seeing the defending champs in last place like that, but watch out for them. They usually make the run in the second half. They're not fooling me yet, so I'm not counting the Red Sox out. The AL West, we have the Oakland A's in first, the Anaheim Angels in second, the Seattle Mariners in third, the Houston Astros in fourth, and the Texas Rangers in fifth. I didn't predict that. I thought the Rangers would be up there more, but hey, anything can happen in baseball. It's a tough game, and injuries can kill a team. The AL Central, we have Detroit in first place, Kansas City's in second place, Cleveland, Chicago, and then Minnesota. That's the order of the AL Central. And the NL East, the Nationals and Steven Strasburg are in first place. They're right there fighting for first with Atlanta, who's in second, Miami, who's in third, the Mets are in fourth, and the Phillies are in fifth. And the Phillies are going to be looking to do maybe some trade deadline shopping in the near future, but we'll get into that in a second. The NL Central, the Brewers, who have one of the second best record in baseball at 52-40, are in first place. St. Louis is in second. We have the Reds, the Pirates, and the Cubs. And all those teams are playing good right now, even the Cubs. So we don't know what can happen in that division. Anything is possible. And in the NL West, we have the Dodgers and Giants on the daily switching over the first place position. It's within the past few weeks, the Dodgers were 9.5 games back, and over the past 3.5 weeks, they made their run. Now they're tied for first. This is exactly, and I'll talk more about the Dodgers later. But yeah, so the Dodgers and Giants are fighting for first place of the NL West. Our leaders of the All-Star break is next week. Next Monday is the All-Star game. And we have a few Dodgers and a few Angels and a bunch of other players that made the All-Star teams. Our leaders right now at the All-Star break in the categories, the Oakland Athletics have the best record in baseball at 57-34. The American League batting average leader is Jose Altuve, who also has almost 40 steals this season. And the National League batting average leader is Troy Tulowitzki, who's batting .350. And the home run leaders for the American League is Jose Abreu at 28, Nelson Cruz at 28, and for the National League, it's Giancarlo Stanton at 21. And the home run derby is going to be full of stars this year, which is pretty cool because the All-Star game kind of lost its luster over the past few years. But the fact that we have some big stars in the Home Run Derby got me excited. So let me run off to you who's going to be on the teams. The team captains are Troy Tulowitzki for the National League and Jose Bautista for the American League. And they're still missing a player to be entered on each team. But the guys that have been selected so far for the National League, Giancarlo Stanton, Todd Frazier, and my personal favorite, Yasiel Puig. I thought he should have been there last year, but now it's okay. He's there this year. So we'll just leave it at that. The American League, Jose Bautista is the captain. The defending champion, Yoenis Cespedes, is in the Derby. Brian Dozier and Adam Jones. And there's still going to be another player for each team. That's still to be announced. When that comes, I will let everybody know. But that is the All-Star festivities so far. That is next Monday and Tuesday. So look out for the All-Star game. And it's important because it gets competitive because years back, the All-Star game ended in a tie. Fans were upset. People were upset. And the commissioner, Bud Selig, changed the game and said, okay, the winner of the All-Star game is going to get home field advantage in the World Series. So that's why the All-Star game now is very, very important. And you get people, the coaches, they try to win because everyone wants advantage in the World Series. And at this point, most coaches think they're going to make it to the World Series. So the two coaches of the teams are going to try whatever they can do to get their team to the World Series. All right, you get the point. All right, some other news around the league. AJ Przinsky was released by the Red Sox. He's batting nearly 200, so they released him. He's looking to clear waivers. The AL West, I believe the AL West is probably one of the toughest divisions in baseball next to the NL West. You got 3 teams in that division that are looking pretty sharp and possible all playoff teams. But we'll get to that in just a second. Masahiro Tanaka. It's a sad story. He came in. He was probably the best pitcher in baseball. His ERA was under 3. He was 12-4. He looks like he's going to be out for the season with some elbow problems. And we all know with all the injuries of Tommy John injuries this year, when pitchers go out with elbow inflammation, that's never a good thing. So I wish luck to Tanaka. And also, I'm glad you didn't sign with the Dodgers. Oh. All right, well, that's all I have for the baseball report today. I will come back next week and update everyone on what happened at the All-Star game and what to look forward to in the second part of the season. All right, now it's time to talk Los Angeles Angel baseball. That's right. I cover the Los Angeles. I know you see a Dodger sign, but don't be alarmed. I cover the Los Angeles Angels for Clubhouse Sports Radio, and I support the Angels also. You know, I might be a Dodger fan, but I call it down the middle, and I support the Angels. So let's just get that clear, Angel fans, all of you out there. I know you guys are questioning the Dodger sign in the back. All right, but that's just me giving you crap. All right, moving on. The Angels actually are doing good this year. They're not in first place, but they're in, like I was saying earlier, they're in possibly what I would say the toughest division in baseball. You got the A's, who are the best team in baseball, and the Mariners with their star power now. They're spending big money. Those players are actually starting to play as a team. The Mariners got Kyle Seager, Robinson Cano, their closer Rodney. They got King Felix. Iwakuma's back. So watch out for them. The Mariners are going to be looking to make a run. So the Angels need to look out for them behind them. But they also got to look in front because they're only 3 games out of first place in the A's. The A's are a tough team. The Angels, I believe, have more talent. The A's might play better baseball, but the Angels have more talent. And if they can get that talent to start playing fundamental baseball, watch out for these Angels. They're the real deal. I believe they're going to make the playoffs. And in my opinion, like I said earlier, I think the Angels, the Mariners, and the A's are all going to make the playoffs. I think both wild card spots will be taken by both AL West teams. That's just my opinion. And, you know, I'm sticking to it. It's my opinion. Free country. I can say what I want. All right, but some stats for you Angel fans. The Angels are 3rd place in the AL West behind the A's, where the Angels are 2nd overall in total runs scored in all of baseball, which is good because a lot of teams have some good offenses in baseball. 4th overall in batting average, 4th overall in on-base percentage, and 5th overall in slugging percentage. I mean, those are good numbers, people. You can't ask for anything more. The only thing the Angels need to work on, in my opinion, is their bullpen. They've had some serious issues with their bullpen, and they're finally addressing them. They had Ernesto Frieri as a starter. Now they use Joe Smith, and they traded Ernesto Frieri to the Pirates for their closer, Jason Grilli, who is a very good closer. He's put up good numbers in Pittsburgh, and hopefully he can do the same in Anaheim. The Angels also made another transaction. The Angels acquired left-hand pitcher Joe Thatcher and outfielder Tony Campana from Arizona, the Arizona Diamondbacks. They like to do business with them. From Arizona for outfielder Zach Bornstein and right-handed pitcher Joey Kirkle. Yeah, these are minor league guys, but it's still, they made a trade nonetheless. So watch out. The Angels, they're trying to make moves, and I don't blame them. They definitely got the hitting. Whenever you got Albert Pujols, Mike Trout, and Josh Hamilton in the same lineup, you've got an offense. I don't care what you say. And they're not even producing great right now. Wait till they get their numbers up. Then the Angels will really make a run. So the Angels, we got Mike Trout is pretty much leading everything with the Angels. Mike Trout is leading batting average at 303. He's leading in home runs with 20. He's leading in RBIs with 64. He's leading in on-base percentage and with 396 on-base percentage. And the only category that another Angel is winning is total hits, and that's Howie Kendrick. Congratulations, Howie. You are the only one to be ahead in the category besides Mike Trout. Congratulations. Hopefully the Angels can change that, because you won't win any championships like that. You got to have everyone producing. And with that being said, we have Josh Hamilton just came back off the DL. He's been there for a few weeks. He made his return. It's just the AL West is a hard division, so the Angels can't go into any slumps. They fall into a bad slump, you're going to fall back in the division, and you can't afford that at all. And you can't with the 3 teams in your division trying to make playoffs. You can't, because there's always someone on your back trying to catch you. So hopefully the Angels can play better baseball. But the thing with them is they need their pitching to get going, and I'll get to that in a second. But some of the batting averages that I've been impressed with so far this year. Mike Trout, he has 10 stolen bases. He's batting 303, and he leads the Angels. Pujols is batting 270 and leads the Angels. And Trout went over in home runs. Pujols has a couple less, I believe. Howie Kendrick's batting 289. Hamilton just came back, but he's batting 283. CJ Cron, the rookie they called up earlier this season, he's the reason they let go of Raul Ibanez. CJ Cron is the real deal, folks. And right now he's batting 286. He starts to get a lot of at-bats. He's going to show a lot of power. So I believe him to be the future of the Angels franchise. Hopefully they can get him more playing time and allow him to properly display his skills. So watch out for CJ Cron as he's getting more playing time. David Freese coming back from the DL. He's only batting 257. I don't expect him to be batting like that for much longer. Cole Calhoun is batting 293, which is what we expected from the speedster in the outfield. And Eric Ibar leads the team in stolen bases. So that pretty much sums up our offensive numbers for the Angels. And our pitching, you can't call him the ace yet, but by next year, Garrett Richards is looking to be the ace of the Anaheim Angels. Garrett Richards has a 2.71 ERA with 119 strikeouts. That's ahead of Jared Weaver, who has a 3.50 ERA with 93 strikeouts. C.J. Wilson with a 4.73 ERA and 107 strikeouts. And those are the 2 top Angel pitchers. Garrett Richards is pitching better than both of them. And this guy's young. He throws about 97, 98 on average. So I look for him to be the Angel ace next year. And he could be the one to lead the Angels into the postseason this year. So watch out for Garrett Richardson. He's the real deal. And, you still got Tyler Skaggs and Hector Santiago, who have potential to be good pitchers, but they're not there yet. Hopefully they can turn it on in the second half of the season, because the Angels look like they're ready to make a run. Whenever you have a healthy Mike Trout and Albert Pujols on your team, expect for that team to make big moves and to go deep into the playoffs. Hopefully that pitching can get it together, and hopefully either Joe Smith or Jason Grilli solidifies the closer role for the Angels, because their bullpen is the part of the team with the most question marks. Okay, that's all I have for you for the Los Angeles Angels report. I'm your host, the King of LA Sports, Richard Lopez. We'll be back with the Dodgers baseball report.
Oh my God, it's the King of LA Sports.
Of course, I can get my pen.
Oh my goodness. Oh, sign anywhere, just anywhere. Take you a copy. There's no way. MLB Report.
Oh, hey, King, how you doing?
How you guys doing?
All right, what do you think about Mike Trout this year?
He's doing very good. Excellent 5-tool player, but he's no Yasiel Puig, that's for sure.
All right, well, there it is there.
All right, take it easy, guys.
Are you the king of LA sports?
Yeah, that's me. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah, of course.
So how do you feel about the Clippers this season?
Clippers are going to be good. It's nice to see another team in LA actually making moves. All right, take it easy, man.
You too.
Thank you. Bye.
Richard Lopez, the king of Los Angeles sports. If it's happening in Los Angeles, it's happening with the king.
Welcome back, everybody. It's time for Dodger baseball. Hope you guys like my Ben Scully. No one can duplicate Ben. I'm sorry if I offended anyone. Ben's in the class of his own. All right, so now it's time to talk Dodger baseball. This is my favorite part of my show. Anytime I get to talk Dodger baseball, it's a good day for me. So let's start it off. It's almost to the All-Star break. The Dodgers have one more series to go before it's All-Star break, and we've actually haven't played our best. We're still tied for first. We haven't played good baseball. The team has been criticized a lot lately. Don Mattingly has been criticized a lot. I don't see why. I mean, we're not playing. Yeah, we're not in last place. We're tied for first, and everyone still criticizes these guys. We're 7th overall in total runs with 397. 7th overall in batting average. We're batting .259 as a team. 6th overall in on-base percentage, which is .329, and we're 5th overall in slugging percentage at .403. I mean, it's not a bad gig for the team. They're doing what they have to do. We're just not winning those close games at the end. But I think that has to do with the bullpen. Our bullpen is, in the beginning of the season, they had the most innings pitched out of any bullpen in all of baseball. It's because we were going to extra innings more than any team in baseball. Now that that's all settled and our starting pitching is pitching great, that I don't have a problem with. Our bullpen looks to be shoring things up. Who would have thought that Brandon Lee, you know, I'll admit it, in the beginning of the season, I was trashing Lee. Now I'm giving him props because he's earned my respect. He's come in, he's shut down games, and I'm going to give him respect. He's done his thing. So, Brandon Lee, good job, man. I appreciate it. You know, Dodger fans love it. Dodger fans love to see you do good because you get paid big money to do good. And I think that's part of the reason why people were upset is because of the kind of money he gets. But he's earning his money now, so respect to Brandon Lee. You know, J.P. Howe's doing good. Kenley Jansen has, I think, 26 saves. He's doing his thing. The Dodgers, their bullpen is starting to come around, and so is their starting pitching. If anyone would have told me that Josh Beckett would have had the lowest ERA on the team, I would have called them an effing liar. But Josh Beckett his ERA it's right there at the top of the team. So I believe, you know, our starting rotation, we have Kershaw. Kershaw is tearing everything up right now. Kershaw is 10-2. He has a 1.85 ERA since he returned. 115 strikeouts. Greinke is 11-5 with a 2.73 ERA and 127 strikeouts. Ryu is pitching 9. He's 9-5. He's been the Dodgers' go-to guy since the beginning of the season until he went on the DL. He's 9-5 with a 3.65 ERA and he has 83 strikeouts. Herron has done his job. You know, no one expected him to be the best pitcher, but he's getting through innings and getting through 6 innings, 7 innings a game, doing his thing. Dan Herron, he's 8-5 with a 4.06 ERA, 77 strikeouts. And Josh Beckett, the man who threw the no-hitter, congratulations to Kershaw, who already threw a no-hitter too. But Josh Beckett was the one who threw it first, and he's had a surprising year. I didn't expect this from him. He's 6-5, 2.26 ERA with 95 strikeouts. Josh Beckett is pitching like he did when he went to the World Series with the Marlins. I liked him back then, and that's what he's pitching like. So kudos to Josh Beckett. Good, you know, I'm very proud to have him on the team. hopefully he gets healthy. He has a little injury, and hopefully it's not too bad. So I'm hoping that he gets back to the team very soon because he's been a good shot in the butt for the Dodgers this year. No pun intended, with all the steroid stuff talked in baseball. But yeah, he's been good. So hopefully Josh Beckett can keep it up. We have Paul Malholm, who was a starter earlier in the season. He's out the pen. Our bullpen seems to be stepping things up. And hopefully instead of catching up on the second half of the season, we can build a lead. Because we want to win the NL West. It's all about winning the NL West. And we want the bragging rights. Let's face it. Some of us are on the internet and we see all the Giant fans, Diamondback fans, Rocky fans, Padre fans. Man, they hate the Dodgers. They hate the Dodgers. I'm going to go back to the 90s here with a passion. They hate the Dodgers with a passion. And I love the fact that we're one of the most hated teams, but we're also one of the most popular. And we're doing good right now. So there's nothing that people can really say about the Dodgers that's bad. We're tied for first. It could be worse. Right now we're 51-42. Hopefully by the end of the season we have the best record in baseball. We have Yasiel Puig. He's doing his thing, batting .307. We have our pitchers. Puig's. It's just we have an array of talent that needs to be utilized. We need to definitely display our talent. We need to put our talent to good use, and we got to show that passion that we had last year. Hopefully, well, moving on to other news. I'm going to stay with the Dodgers. Matt Kemp in left field, great move. Great move. Hopefully in the future they can build some room because I don't think Ethier is not a natural center fielder. But Kemp, he's got a strong arm. His arm in left field is way better than Carl Crawford out there. So between Puig and Kemp, in the outfield, the right and left field, their arms are strong. So runners think twice before stealing or tagging up or running on the base hit, scoring home. You got to think twice with Puig and Kemp on the corners. And hopefully in the future, maybe not this year, but Jock Peterson, he is an exciting player in our minor league system. Hopefully he gets the chance to show his skills in the majors this year because I think he could be the spark that we need. But that's just my opinion. And there's a lot of opinions out there. We all have them. Opinions are like, everyone's got them. So Jock Peterson is my choice to be center fielder, but that might not be looking until next year. And just look for the Dodgers. The Dodgers are there, folks. The Dodgers are exactly where we expected them to be. Everyone that panicked in the beginning of the season when we went down 8-9 games, I tried to tell everyone to relax. Everyone should have relaxed, and hopefully you did. So I believe the Dodgers will make their run, and I think they're going to build a lead in the second half of the season instead of having to catch one. Or at least, let's knock on wood. See that? See what I did there? Knocked on some wood. Yeah, so hopefully the Dodgers can do their thing. A lot of people on the internet blame Mattingly during games. You can't blame Don Mattingly. It's not his fault if the player strikes out. He can't tell him how to swing a bat. That's something he already should know. What Don Mattingly can do, and what I think he did do after all the errors in the beginning of the season, I think he went back to fundamentals when it came to fielding. He has Miguel Rojas out there, who was an excellent fielder. I can't say enough about him on the fielding side. He got his first home run yesterday, but his hitting needs a little help. But Rojas can definitely field the baseball, that's for sure. Hanley's got to be looking at that and thinking, wow, this guy is showing me up on the defensive end. But yeah, that's how I think about Rojas. Great glove, and a good pickup. Good guy to come off the bench. So, Miguel Rojas, welcome to the team. You're a great guy. You have such a great glove, and I'm very impressed. I love to give props to people. Good defense is what wins games. That's what wins playoff games is defense. So the Dodgers really needed to straighten out their defense, and I think Don Mattingly did exactly that during their practices. So, yeah, that's my opinion. A lot of people on the internet are getting upset about, everyone gives their opinion talking about, the Dodgers, they're not going to go undefeated, people. The Dodgers aren't going to run the table and go, I don't know how many games are left, like 70-0. They're going to lose some games. It's going to happen. So for people to get upset that the Dodgers lose one game after they've won a few in a row, just relax, people. There's still a lot of baseball to be played. There's still a lot of teams to play. We play the Giants, I think like 8-9 more times. Everybody out there, relax. People are saying, there's only a couple months left. We can't be losing games like this. If the Dodgers lose 10 games in a row, then I'll be more than willing to hear everybody's complaints. But until then, stick with the team. The team is right there. They're in the mix. And right now, if the season ended today, we'd be in the playoffs. So there's no reason to panic and no reason for anyone to turn on their team. And if you are turning on your team, then you're just not a true fan. And that's just the God honest truth. I'm here to tell the truth. And that's the truth. So you can't handle the truth. All right. Well, that's almost all we have for DodgersLowdown.com today. I'll be back next week with a little bit of the All-Star Weekend and tell you exactly how it went down and who did what. And hopefully Yasiel Puig wins the Home Run Derby. Hopefully. That's what we're hoping over here at DLD. But I just want to remind everybody to go look at DodgersLowdown.com. We are renovating the DodgersLowdown.com website. We're going to start trying to be as up-to-date as we can with articles, news, rumors, info, and anything you pretty much want with Dodger baseball. It is my honor to announce that the Facebook page has reached 45,000 likes. We've only started last year. Our year anniversary was at the end of May, and I'm very happy to be a part of this website, DodgersLowdown.com. On Facebook, you can find them on Instagram at DodgersLowdown.com, Twitter at DodgersLowdown, and you can also find them on Pinterest and Vine. So look up Dodgers Lowdown on any of the social media sites, and we're there. We are right now the 4th largest Dodger page and website in the world. So look out for us. We're on our way up there. You want to send us an email? Right now we're looking for writers and editors to help out with our website. You want to send us an email if you're a writer or editor out there, send it to DodgersLowdown@yahoo.com and talk to Eric. Very nice guy. He's the president of DodgersLowdown.com. He'll be there to guide you and he'll respond to you. And hopefully you have something, if you have something to offer, Dodgers Lowdown, we're all ears. We love Dodger fans and we want Dodger fans and their voices to be heard. That's partly why I'm here. And also, if you want to send an email, if you have questions for DodgersLowdown.com or our staff, we would love to answer them for you. Send the email again to DodgersLowdown@yahoo.com. We would love to answer your questions, emails, any comments or concerns, whatever you have to ask us. I'll even answer it live on the air. If you want, I'll give you some love and show you some recognition on the air to anyone that has questions for me or the staff. I'm so excited about everything that we're doing. We have great guys and great girls who make memes, great social media people. We have editors and writers and shout out to everybody at Dodgers Lowdown, the Facebook group. We have a private Facebook group, DodgersLowdown.com. Ask to join. We are doing big things and you don't want to be left out because it's all Dodger fans. It's all Dodger love and we love the Dodgers. So don't miss out. Send us an email. Let us know if you're a writer or editor or anything you want to let us know. And check out DodgersLowdown.com. Okay, sports fans, make sure you tune in next week where I'll be back with another edition of the King of LA Sports Report. Until next time, I'm the King of LA Sports, Richard Lopez. You can find me on Instagram under the King of LA Sports, on Facebook under the King of LA Sports, on YouTube under the King of LA Sports. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like some videos, leave comments. I reply. And make sure you find me on Twitter, Rich Lopez, KOLASE. You can email me, richardlopez020@yahoo.com. Any questions you have, like I said, you want to sponsor the show, go ahead and holler at me. And that is all I have for you today. It's good to be back. I feel comfortable now. Until then, I'm the King of LA Sports, Richard Lopez. Until next week, reminding all of you out there that when you live life rich, you will never be poor. And never, never, never be afraid to roll the dice. Have a blessed day.